Hola muchachos, welcome back to my channel. This is real life mom stuff. I haven't washed my hair in, get this, 5 days. 5 days. I haven't had time, honestly. I've had time to wash my body and bathe, but my hair, completely different story. So tonight is hair washing night, very excited. I'm in my comfy clothes. I'm wearing a shirt that says brunette, even though I'm pretty much a blonde right now. No makeup, and you know what, today's been busy, and sometimes I really have to prioritize, do I want to look really nice, or do I want to go ahead and just get a lot of stuff done? Sometimes I can do both, and today I couldn't. So I decided to be super productive today and get a lot done today, and that's awesome. And I thought I would continue with that productivity and film a pregnancy update for you guys. I can't believe it, today I'm 37 weeks pregnant. My pregnancy with my daughter took forever. It literally felt like years. My pregnancy with my son, it really felt like it went by fast. And this time around, I just am shocked. I'm absolutely shocked that I'm 37 weeks full term. My midwife says after 37 weeks, baby is just kind of waiting around. Sometimes babies come around 37 weeks. My daughter did. Sometimes babies won't come till 43 weeks. But after that 37 week mark, you can kind of think of it as go time. Even though an average pregnancy is around that 40 week mark, full term is 37 weeks. So I'm full term. Very cool. I'm excited to share with you guys just what's going on. I don't do pregnancy updates very often on this channel just because I've been busy and I've been doing a lot of other stuff, but I do want to come on here as I think my last pregnancy update before baby comes and just talk to you guys and tell you guys what's going on and how I'm feeling and how I'm preparing for my home birth, because that is what we are planning this time around. And you guys have been asking for an update. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. I will be vlogging the birth, which will be very, very cool. So be sure to subscribe if you want to see that video. But other than that, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I hope you guys enjoy. So a quick summary of just my labor and pregnancy and baby and whatever, because I always get these questions all the time in the comments down below from people that are new here. So this is my third babe. I have a 2-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son, and this little babe is actually due on Christmas Day. That's crazy. I'm planning a home birth because I've always had hospital births. I've had great experiences doing hospital births, but I want to try something different. Our house is close enough to the hospital though that if something were to happen, Lord willing, we would get there in time. But I wanted to try something different, and I thought a home birth would be really great. My midwife also said I'd be an awesome candidate for it because of my previous labors so far. Also, we don't know the gender of the baby. That's something me and my husband really enjoy keeping as a surprise for us and for everyone around us. So we don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but if you're going to ask me what I thought and what I think it's a girl, just because I had morning sickness just like with my daughter, and I'm carrying really wide just as I did with my daughter. And my son, I wasn't sick at all and I carried really far out. I know all pregnancies are different, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. I'm thinking it's a girl. What do I want? I want a healthy baby. That's all I really care about. Also, I get this question a lot. I am 23 and I have been married for almost 4 years, which is really cool. But that's everything I can really think of. So let's go ahead and just get started with the update. A lot of people are asking me how I'm prepping for a home birth. It's really simple. I've had my midwife come over here. She's kind of looked at the layout of the house and where she can set up tools and medicinal things and everything she'll need to use or maybe use. There will actually be 2 midwives here. That's just how it's supposed to legally be. For home birth, there needs to be 2 midwives, and if one midwife can't make it, they need to call an ambulance or something. There needs to be multiple hands on deck that know medical procedures and the medical system and stuff. My midwife also dropped off a huge bin of just home birth kit essentials and the things that they'll need and I may need, and it's just filled with a bunch of stuff that you would usually find in a hospital, and it's just here. There's also some medical stuff in the fridge that needs to be kept cool, and then there's stuff that I just wanted to have. So I want to have a lot of extra towels. I want to have actually those dog potty training pads. They're really absorbent if they have to break my water or if there's a lot of fluid, which usually there is. Those are just great that you can use them chuck them out when you're all done. And just some extra things. I like having popsicles. I find that when you're in labor, it's just nice to have something really cool that you can chew on or suck on and it's icy. So I actually have a nice stash of natural like fruit popsicles in my fridge or in my freezer that I really like to have. I also have like orange pico tea bags. That's great for using afterwards, like after you've given birth. You can put them in the bathtub and it's very soothing. You can wet them and put them on a pad and just wear it around the house. That's really soothing as well. I'm also focusing on really keeping the house clean, and that's just because I don't know when it's gonna happen or how it's gonna happen. So I don't want a bunch of crap all over the house and then I suddenly go into labor and I'm like, so I'm keeping my areas pretty tidy, which isn't unusual for me. I'm quite a clean person anyways. Also, when you're at home, you usually don't have the ability to have gas, to get an epidural. I have yet to do those things so far when I'm in labor. So I just need to make sure, because I will be doing this completely natural again, I'm continuing to do things that'll put my body into a good place so I can give birth with a little more ease and naturally. So one of these things, this is not pee, this is red raspberry leaf tea. I start drinking this around 32 weeks in my pregnancy. I start with like a cup a day, and now I'm up to like a good solid pot that I drink every single day. I'll have it hot or cold. This pretty much is just good for your body in general, red raspberry leaf tea, but it also ripens your cervix, and that can help with dilation and actually ease of dilation in labor. So I love this stuff. We got that all the time. Also, I've been using evening primrose oil, where I have it somewhere. This is pretty much omega-6 fatty acid, and it's in one of the gel kind of capsule forms. I actually don't take this orally. I did for a little bit, and then I got told to stop by my midwife. They used to be really huge on taking evening primrose oil, but there's been research saying that it can lead to a lot of heavier postpartum bleeding, which did happen with my son Calvin, and they were a little concerned over it. So I don't take this orally, but before bed I put on a pad and I shove a couple just up, and that will soften your cervix. Again, it's just making for an easier dilation. And also I find that it is really moisturizing, and you can tear less or not at all if you do that every single night. So that's what I've been doing. Also, I just want to make sure I'm doing good. I want to make sure I'm eating well. I want to make sure that I'm still doing my stretches, like my squats and stretches. If you didn't see my morning routine, I can link it down below as my previous video, but I show myself just doing some deep squats just in the morning before the kids wake up, and I really find that that's helpful in keeping your baby in a good position. It's also very comfortable for me to do. It keeps that area very open and thoroughly stretched, and I do think it helps to reduce tearing because you're just kind of really stretching the skin down there, and I just like it. I think it's really great. So that's kind of how I'm prepping for my home birth. I have all the tools and the necessities that I need. Now about how I've been feeling. I've talked previously about my pelvic pain, and it really is still brutal. It cracks all the time, my pelvis, and pops, and like my pubic bone itself is doing that. The muscles in my pelvis and my abs just haven't healed properly because of 3 pregnancies in 3 years. My kids were like boom, boom, boom. So my pelvis still hurts really bad, but I'm kind of at that point where I'm like, you know what? Baby's gonna be here soon. It's not that big of a deal. I just gotta hold on for a little bit longer. I'm hoping I got less than a month to go. That's what I'm thinking. Sorry about the noise. Well, I'm not really sorry about the noise in the background. The kids are supposed to be napping, but they've decided to, I can hear they're throwing the ball. Ivy's throwing the ball into Calvin's crib, and Calvin is throwing it up onto her bunk bed. So they're playing. It's fine. It's cool. Another thing this pregnancy that I've never had before, I'm very nauseous later on. I've been drinking, this is Real Brew. It's a natural ginger ale. I never drink pop. Ever, like ever. But this is the only thing that I feel like really soothes my belly. Not even ginger candies really do that. And I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that this is also fizzy. Just really relaxes my belly. But I feel so nauseous in the end of this pregnancy where I'm literally like, I don't want to eat this. This sounds disgusting. It feels like morning sickness again, and I'm not used to it, and I don't like it one bit. I've also previously talked about that I've been having a lot of sleep issues, like pregnancy insomnia, and I'm finding that I don't have that anymore. I can't believe the amount of sleep that I'm getting recently. Even last night, I got a solid, I think, 8 hours of sleep from like start to finish. It was so great. I hope that just kind of keeps up. If I've had good night's sleep, labor is always easier. So I hope that I just continually have good night's sleeps and then go into labor. Also, I've been having Braxton Hicks a lot for sure, more in this pregnancy than any other pregnancy. But about a week ago, I was having a lot of tummy tightness later in the evening, and as I went or tried to go to sleep, it got worse and worse, and I had to go into a hot shower with some lavender and just try to relax my muscles and take it away. I think I was almost 36 weeks, or maybe just past that, and if I went into labor before 37 weeks, I wouldn't be able to have my home birth. So it was really important for me to stop this if this was actual labor. I started timing it, and my contractions were lasting for 1 minute and they were 3 minutes apart, which is what really happened with my daughter and with my son. I kind of got to that point and I was like, oh man, I'm in labor. So I just cried out to the Lord and I said, Lord, I just want my home birth so bad. Please just stop this. Just stop this. And within the hour, my contractions stopped. I went to sleep and I woke up and they were all completely gone. Just really intense. So it definitely was a false labor, because I feel like once you're in actual labor, it's very hard to stop it. I should have, honestly, it was early in the morning. It was around 1:30 when I started realizing 1 minute, 3 minutes apart. I should have called my midwife or my doula or even my husband. But I was so like just tired and loopy at this point, I wasn't even thinking straight. So I'm very thankful that it stopped. Usually I won't even call my midwife until they're like 7 or 8 minutes apart and they're getting pretty difficult. These were like so painful. It felt like actual labor. It was insane. But for me, I also think being my third time around, I'm a lot more casual. It's like, oh yeah, I'm having contractions, I'm in labor. Like whatever. Just kind of how I feel. Like third time around, I'm a lot more relaxed about it. But yeah, I'm always just having this intense tummy tightness. Next, baby. So I was a little concerned because I started feeling hiccups higher up in my belly, where before it was always down low. But my midwife is continually checking me and my hiccups for the baby have gone down low again, which is really great. And she always checks to see where the head is. She can just really use her hands to feel the position of the baby. And baby is head down, and they said baby is staying head down because baby is really low right now. Baby is rotating a lot. So even when they're head down, they're not like stuck like that. They can still kind of rotate their heads and their bodies. So one day my baby's back will kind of be here, another day my baby's back will be here, but for the most part baby kind of hangs out on the left side of me and then kicks right side of me and like my ribs, which is another thing. This baby feels really big to me, not weight wise, but like lengthwise. I've never had a baby overlap my ribs. Like my baby right now is overlapping my rib cage. I've even had it where the baby will push up and hit like my boob. It just feels like a very long baby to me. Maybe it's just the positioning. You never really know until baby is born what baby is going to be. But this feels like a long baby to me. I've always had short babies. Calvin and Ivy have been 18 inches and I think 19 inches or not even. So this baby just really kind of like sitting like right up here. And I've been bruised on my rib cage totally, and I've been pretty darn uncomfortable. But that's okay, because again, this is just for a short time. This is all temporary and baby will be here before I know it. Just some life changes that I thought I would tell you guys about to wrap up this video. We are so thankful we bought a minivan. Finally. I had a Toyota Matrix for a couple years and it was quite a small vehicle, but it worked. And now with baby number 3, we needed more space because we were not able to fit 3 car seats beside each other in the back of my Toyota Matrix. So with the minivan, it's a beautiful white Toyota Sienna. We are so thrilled with it. It's honestly, I know a lot of people are like, it's not that big of a deal. It has power doors, okay? It has power doors and it has one of those rear view cameras, and I can see when I'm like backing up. It has heated seats, which is amazing. And it's white. It is so my aesthetic. I'm so thrilled with this vehicle. I'm also just finding the past not even week that we've had it, I'm feeling better physically. I'm not always leaning over and crawling and crunching into places in the car to buckle in the kids or to take them out. It's really easy to get in there and to move around and actually feel like you have space. It's a huge, huge blessing, and that was one of the huge changes that we realized had to happen when baby was going to come. So we got our minivan, baby's car seat, we got baby's car seat, and I really feel like we're ready to go there. Also, Ivy and Calvin have joined in sleeping. They both sleep and nap in the same room. It's really nice that they share a room now. And we did that just so we can make a little bit more room for baby. And speaking of more room, we have gone ahead and listed our house, just waiting for someone to buy it, and we've already put an offer in on another house subject to the sale of this house. So Lord willing, we'll be able to move into that house in the new year, which would be great. There'll be like moving vlogs and even reno vlogs because it's an older house for sure, and we need to do a lot of work to it. But we realized with a third babe, we can't do this stuff here. I wouldn't even be able to work here long term with having a third babe here. So we realized the need to move, and we are moving. Lord willing, we're just praying that this house sells, and that'll be so cool and so exciting. Also, here's a quick belly shot just to end this video. You can see I'm just really kind of wide, and I wasn't like that with Calvin. The amount of people that say like, you're 37 weeks, you look like you're like 30 or like halfway is like hilarious to me. I feel like I'm 30. I feel like I'm like 40 weeks. My belly feels huge. But that's the cool thing about pregnancy. All of us mamas carry different. We all have different body shapes and different belly shapes, and this is just how I'm carrying with this one, and it's not too bad. I like it. That's what my belly looks like. Thank you guys very much. Just a second. I'm not feeling well. Sip of my ginger ale. Thank you guys very much for watching today's pregnancy update. I have a lot of mamas that watch my videos, a lot of pregnant mamas. If you are pregnant, expecting a babe, let me know where you're at. How many weeks are you, and how many kids do you have already, or is this your first one? So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!